Okay, that's the place we are taking some items. Probably a indigo kumquat and some of this lovely cucumber. Susan, I've got you this new secateur because it has a long nose, long tip. That is easy for using for fruit, cutting fruits.
Okay.
What you're doing, Susan?
I'm now harvesting the beefsteaks. Now, he loves
oh, these are nice for
his
kebab.
sandwich. Not just kebab, but he likes his sandwich with a
grilled tomato.
He loves these sliced. So it's just big round, one round slice of it in a sandwich with a slice of.
There is one big there also we can harvest.
And kebabs and look at this huge one there. Look at that boy. Yeah. That's a big lad.
Put it here.
Yeah. But they do take a long time to grow.
Now I have moved to this side, so because we missed some Marzano ones. Harvest as much as you can, but don't harvest the ones which have a little bit orange or something like that. That one of them is orange.
I'll leave those.
Take those two ones, keep them.
Yeah, they can stay.
Yeah. Because remember, if you take all of this tonight, you have to spend the whole night making the sauce. Yeah, here we have a lot here. What about these ones? Not that. Oh, it came off anyway. It has been attacked by the thing. So that goes among those ones which goes into sauce. That shows we have to harvest them. Here. There is more here on the back. If you don't mind, I harvested it. I harvest these ones also. I need this for my breakfast. I don't have any tomato in the morning.
We've got plenty of tomatoes.
I mean, as much as I want.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot. I'll be careful now because
there is a few of them which are
a bit green, so you just select them. I leave these ones.
Yeah.
And they can be.
I think this one can come.
Yeah. We'll leave those ones. They can
take it,
in
darling.
a few days. They'll be right.
I think this one is ready here. I think this one is also ready. Okay. We have harvested the big one. We have a lot of small ones which we need to harvest. And there I have a lot of cracked one among them. So I brought this one for cracked ones of the small ones. Look. Here, look, darling. Here, this box is for that. For here.
All the cracked ones?
Yes. Because the cracked ones, you cannot keep them really. They go off easily.
These are the ones that the chickens can have.
No, these are for...
Oh, I'm talking about them.
Oh, those ones, yeah. These ones, the cracked ones, we can just make your sauce tonight immediately.
This one,
so if you harvest the crack or damaged ones and...
So they just want the damaged ones taken?
First, yes. Because I don't want to mix them. And I don't want to make it too complex also harvest. Here, I see a lot here, cracked.
Oh, right.
You can make your sauce with this, your signature sauce.
I know it's gone down there.
Don't worry, I'll pick it.
Down the water spout.
You take it, don't worry. And we go. Several other ones also have fallen there. When I was cutting the leaves, foliage, happened a lot. Okay, we have some John Bauer tomato here. Here, take this one, which has already split. And I will harvest this one. Let me see if I can. Oh, no, I cannot. No, here. Cut it from there because that is the
Okay, it's the
the
vine.
thing is cucumber is attached to it.
Ah, I see that. Look.
Yeah,
To
there's
show
another
the
one.
viewers, this is the cucumber plant.
Yeah, cucumber plant has attached itself to the tomato,
Yeah,
clinging for its life.
nature. Nature. It comes from there's the source. There's a, and there is a cucumber here.
Yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah, these are one of those big ones.
And that's the one now that's yeah, using the tomato plant as a
Yeah, as a climbing thing, support. We have a lot of little ones here. That easily could win.
Now we're noticing
That-
we could have had all these
Because
little
we
ones.
didn't know that you can actually put something which has some green parts in it. Which is normal, you know, the tomatoes don't ripe all at the same time.
We thought we had to have them all the same colour, but this is an agricultural show. It's an English garden fruit and vegetable competition. So these are for amateur gardeners, not for supermarket professionals. These are for people who grow their own. And they have, this would be perfect because this is how
The
tomatoes
structure
are
also.
grown, the structure. Yeah, what they're looking for is care and attention.
That got the first prize, the
Yeah.
structural one. You
Yeah.
could cut it from that and that would be winning.
You have to prove that they grow natural. So this is why there's certain
Oh, look at this one. They
regulations.
look like an aubergine. This is the one which won the third prize.
Yes, this is something.
This.
Oh, this was,
They look
yeah,
like already.
I won a third prize on them. Okay. Yes, lovely.
Okay, Suzanne, you told that you are now going to do the basil, and that means basiling, huh?
Yeah, this is basil.
It's a basilment.
Embazzlement. I'm going to embazzle. Or embazzle. I'm picking
Remember,
a
we
lot-
have basils everywhere, so you
I'm
don't need to just to
picking a
take
lot
from
of
all from one.
basil because, yeah,
You
I'm
need it
making
for
a
your
sauce. And I want a lot of basil to come through when I make it. And it'll be with things like garlic and onions mainly. It's a...
If you see seed basils, don't take them
You
if
want
they're
to keep-
dry.
Well, I'm going
Some,
to
not
leave
those
them.
ones. If you see they're brown, keep
No,
them.
I don't bother if they're brown. But I just snip them off, the tops of them. They'll go again. Basil's very hardy.
Yeah, behind you,
And,
behind you,
I'm
it's
coming.
behind you, it's behind you.
I'm coming round here.
Yeah,
now.
basil here.
Oh no, I want this one. I
Oh.
want this one. This is lovely dark. Look at this. This
Okay,
is the one I want. Yeah, look.
I know.
That is good basil. That is perfect for sauce. It's when it turns dark like this, it's got more taste.
Mhm. Okay, give me that. I will put it here.
Okay. I'm going to take
That looks
some
like
out.
a flower bunch.
It does indeed. There we go. I think. I need
Yeah,
to
here,
get
here,
that
more
in
here,
lot.
here, more.
Yeah.
Cut these flower ones. Cut the flower head. They can all go to your
Yeah, you
sauce.
can put them in the sauce. The flower
You
heads
cook.
are okay.
Yeah, take
Oh,
all the
you're
flower
thinking
heads.
they'll be
Take all the flower heads because this will encourage more growth. Take all of them.
The flower heads on basil looks lovely in a
Yeah,
salad.
take it from the bottom. Yeah,
You can
all those one
sprinkle
beside
them,
you.
yeah.
Beside your hand. Sorry,
You can sprinkle them.
the camera was in the wrong direction. Because I am a director of this.
All I can say is Steven Spielberg's Step Aside.
Yeah, I am a filmmaker.
Yes, he'll be off to Hollywood one day.
Yeah, we have the Hollywood in allotment. Do you want to give me those ones? I put them here,
Yeah,
so your hand will be free.
because this is the time to get the basil when it's going into a sauce. Needs to be rich. When you buy the sauces from the shops, you just get a little bit of it.
Yeah, they get a little preservative,
Just say 2 or 3
an
little
acidity
bits.
regulator.
But with this, you don't. You
Yeah,
don't.
all these top basil heads, seed heads. There is just one beside, and the
I think I'd
left
make an
side.
excellent barber.
yeah,
I'm in the wrong job.
basil barber.
I should have been a barber or a hairdresser or stylist.
I think you will be a head trimmer
Hedge trimmer, more like.
or tree surgeon. Those ones?
Where are we going to put them?
I think I will keep these things for my eating. As an eating barrel. Oh, that looks yummy. This one has a beautiful head. Ah, smell of it. Chickens don't like basil, surprisingly.
No, they don't. They don't eat any pungent
Anything
stuff.
that is nice for us is
What they
horrible for
like,
them.
they don't like pungent stuff. They will not eat anything pungent. They just like green leaves,
Without
lettuce,
taste.
a little bit of cabbage, raw cabbage, and grass. They will never go for any of this smelling stuff. They do not like it.
Yeah. Let's go and see what we have there. Susan, I see you have a secateur in your hand. What do you want to do?
Yes, I'm after the peppers.
Where is
And
the
I
secateur?
thought-
Oh,
Yeah, I've got the secateur.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking for the peppers. Oh, here we are. This is the big pepper.
Big boy.
Oh my goodness, this is a big pepper. Oh my goodness, I dropped it.
You killed it.
Yeah, oh, my hand's a bit sore, but
There is
look at
another
this.
one
Isn't
here.
it lovely?
Oh yeah.
That's
Let
going
me just
into our
photograph it.
sauce. And there's one here. These are going into our sauce. Everything in our sauce.
So what about
will
this
be-
one? You want to let it grow bigger, huh?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. Okay. We have more. I will show you.
That's it. That's one. This is a big one.
Yeah. Oh, look at this cucumber. I may harvest this one. I don't have cucumber. Okay, Susan, that one is a bit damaged. You can harvest it now
I think
before
it's a
it goes.
little. Don't know what's in there. I
Bruised
think-
or something. Don't cut it. Oh yeah, from the up in the stem. Okay. I see some well-hidden treasures here. Just be careful. Cut it from the top.
There we go. Look at this. It's
Oh, look
lovely.
at that.
Beautiful.
These are bell peppers.
That's our sauce.
It's lovely.
Look at
Okay, here we have one here. It's a small, but this plant looks a bit manky. Can you cut it from here, please? From a little bit higher. Don't cut it too. Oh,
this
don't
one.
cut the plant. Okay, we have another one. Okay, we have one here which is already a little bit red. Just so you can harvest this. Do you think these are enough or you need more? Just harvest this one because
I
it's red.
think this would be enough for our sauce tomorrow. Yeah, I think these.
So there is one here also which I think you can harvest.
I need to be careful
boy.
not to damage the plant. There we go.
The harvest for today, we are going to use it in your sauce, Susan. Beautiful. And this is the basil and pepper harvest for making our tomato sauce in home. That's one of the uses we have for our crop of tomato, basil, pepper, and yeah, and the the bottles that we have in home, jars. The onions, some of them are really big now. I didn't have to weed this bed. It was originally supposed to be a Nordic bed. I'm happy with the result. It's just multi-sown onions. I picked the ones that are large enough to eat. I leave the rest that are not big enough yet to grow. So what I will do now, I'm just here to pick a few. Okay, for example, from this multi-sown, I can pick this one, which is already, the roots are already very small. That's ready to harvest. I have this blue onion, which is yet green, so I can leave it there to grow can pick this onion from here. You can pick this one, which is already dried up. From this bunch, as you can see, I can pick this one. This one is already dried. I'm picking that. From this bunch, this one is dry, this one is yet green. I'm gonna pick this one, and yeah, pick this one also. From this bunch, I can pick this one. Can pick this one. The rest of them will stay to grow a little bit probably. From this bunch, some of them are yet they have a space to grow the green yet. Clump, I pick this one and this one and this one, so it makes a space for the rest to grow. Probably I can pick this one and this one and this one and this one, so the rest can grow. Probably from this clump I pick this central one. Probably this one can also be picked. Okay, this is the harvest of onions. I think this is around 15 kilo of onions, and they'll have more than this. This is just 3/4 of a bed. These are the 3/4 of one bed of onions that we have. I laid them for 2 days to dry up a little bit. Then I'm now sorting them out according to size, and I will take them to the Polytunnel because there is a possibility of rain in the weather forecast. So let me see what we can do here. The onions are getting relatively dry. We have some more to go, but these are the ones that are already I decided to remove from the bed. They are multi-sown and they have been grown originally from the seed. This is in the Polytunnel and I'm storing these onions here. How to wash the salad greens. This is basil. You run the water, put it inside the basin, run the running water inside. Just a few drops of the washing up liquid, and then add some salt. What the salt does is disinfects. Salt is a disinfectant. And disinfects and kills any germ or bacteria or whatever is inside here. Why it is antibacterial? Simply because it's ionic. Anything ionic. You use bleach because ionic is the bleach is ionic solution, and it's against any living organisms. That's the reason in the salt mines, if they found a body, that body can be really old. They're preserved. They have found many examples of it. Preserved bodies in the salt mines. You just push them down, leave them for 20 minutes, then after that you can rinse them and take them out. Okay, now I have rinsed the basil, and as you can see I put some in the plate. So basil from the plot to plate. It's lovely, the smell of it is heavenly. We are going to use it. in our sauce. I can also use it in a wrap with a little bit cheese and bread. Lovely. And tomato will be also nice. Okay, I have now a lot of tomatoes here. I've washed them, cleaned them, take their tails, and now I want to make a tomato sauce. I'll mix the reds and the greens and everything. That doesn't matter. I've chopped one onion from our own allotment, and I'm emptying it here. I will add some basil and some garlic also. Just left my wife for half an hour and she picked all these tomatoes from the Polytunnel. Probably this is about 4 kilos of tomato. And I can say that every little punnet, this half of this will be in a supermarket if you buy it. Not as full as this or as deep as this. And that is 3 pounds there. So this is about 5 pounds, and the rest of it, probably I'm talking about 15 pounds of tomato here, value-wise. And this is, I don't know, nth time that I'm collecting these tomatoes from the Polytunnel. Probably up to now I've collected about 100 pounds of tomato from the Polytunnel, and given also to friends and anybody who was interested. Besides that, I got a lot of side shoots from them and just planted them as new plants, cloning them. So I paid about, I think, 5 or 6 or 7 pounds for Sangold F1 tomato, these little ones, and 3 pounds for this tomato as a plant. The rest of it was seed. So he's well paid for it already, and yet the Polytunnel has things to go on. So this is really good value for money, you know. Even buying the expensive F1 seeds from CN Seeds, for example. These are from CN Seeds. I bought F1, Sangold F1. They're really sweet. They're plums of the tomatoes, I'm telling you. You have to try to know what I mean. And yet it is value for money. 100 pounds of tomato already have collected with all these things. And yet it is continuing, God willing. And they're really good value for money. Great. Oh, also flower. Beautiful, smelly. Okay, I have now a lot of tomatoes here. I've washed them, cleaned them, take their tails, and now I want to make a tomato sauce. I'll mix the reds and the greens and everything. That doesn't matter. I've chopped one onion from our own allotment, and I'm emptying it here. I will add some basil and some garlic also. Also, just to help this start boiling well, add a glass of water so it will boil without burning. Also, it is some of our own garlic. I'm now chopping them into the tomato sauce. I've now separated several of the garlic cloves. You see they're going green. It's the season, they're ready. They're very viable, they're very vigorous, they grow even. This is our own. If you get it from the shop, they don't go that easy at this time of the year. Anyway, I'll now chop them and add them to the sauce. Okay, the garlic is now chopped. Garlic really is good for everything, you know. It gives a very good taste to everything. So I'm adding the garlic now. And that's the way it looks now. Now it's the time for the basil to be separated up. Chop the basil leaves. I separate them, cutting the leaves first from the stems. Then wash them, chop them, and then I will add it to the sauce. Okay, now I've separated the stems and the seed heads, a little bit tough and also bitter, from the leaves of the basil. I will wash the basil and chop it. Okay, I have now washed the basil. I will chop them now. Okay, I've chopped it up. You don't need to do it really fine. If you want to do it, you can do it, but that's enough for me. And I'm going now to add them to the sauce. And that is now the way it is. I'm now going to stir it a little bit. And I will add a little bit salt also. And I will add some coarse sea salt. You don't need to make it fine because it gets dissolved to the sauce. Salt is a kind of preservative also, so it preserves. And I will leave it to simmer and get most of the water to evaporate. Then I will let it cool down. I can liquidize it, and after that I just bottle it. Okay, now I've let after 1 hour of boiling, I've now let it to cool, and I will add the sauce to this mixer blender, and we will see what it will happen. Now I have transferred all of the sauce to the mixer, and I put the lid and will start. Okay, I've now put the lid and I will start to blend it. It's a little bit too liquid. Okay, now I've stopped it and let us see how it is. That's the way now it looks, and I can say that is beautiful, smells lovely. And all the skin practically is now chopped and is part of the sauce. There is no need to remove the skin, that's part of the goodness. Now I have done the blending, and this is the Kilner jar that I want to put it. Practically we are just using it quickly, so we are not going to store like what people do in America or Canada. They want to, they feel very insecure, they keep the things for 2-3 years, they're waiting for Armageddon. You live with this sword, you die with this sword. That's the reason they say. So they're waiting for Armageddon. We don't need to worry about that here. We live day by day. So practically, I just can put it here. We keep it 1, 2, 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months. That's it. That's the maximum. We will eat it. Okay, now I've separated the blender from the machine, and I put the tomato sauce. These are, by the way, a mixture of the Sungold F1, most beautiful, tasty tomato in the world probably, and the tomato variety Super Sweet 100. So I'm going to put it now there. Okay, now I've emptied the content of the blender into the Kilner jar. And that's 2/3 of the Kilner jar full. We have more tomato coming. Today is the 20th of the October, and we have yet tomato in the Polytunnel, and Polytunnel is giving us food. And hopefully it will continue to give us food through the autumn and winter. The tomato are made. I put the tomato Sungold F1 and chopped some onion, some garlic, some basil, all of it from our Polytunnel and allotment kitchen garden. I boiled them, I added some salt, of course. The only thing that was not ours was sea salt. Then I let it cool, then I blended it with a blender.
Yeah.
And now I bottled it. We use it quickly, so we don't, I suppose that we don't need really to sterilize it for 2-3 years. Just we do it quickly, we use it quickly in our food. Can I ask you that where you learned this method of making this?
Well, I learnt off my old auntie Maggie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was my grandmother's sister.
Mm-hmm.
She was a cook in a big house, a big manor house, when she was a young girl. And when she came to live with my grandparents, she never married. Her fiancé died in the Second World War. She used to show me the cooking skills. Cakes, buns, biscuits, how to mix flavours, textures, and thus make sauces. Batch make. She batch made these things. It's not.
What you expect to use this sauce in?
Well, for us in contemporary recipes, it would be for things like spaghetti, stuffed marrow, other pasta dishes, and even casseroles. Put it with anything.
That's lovely. Thank you for this. This is a nice recipe. Easy actually to make. 1 hour ago, arrived from the allotment. Harvested some tomatoes. I just wanted to talk about this. This is a tomato that we harvested, Sangol F1. If you want to know what is if you make a jam into a soup, how it will look, that is it. What we did was just putting the tomatoes with this slightly a little bit of the olive oil, just a tiny bit, just to stop them burning, in a pan, in a frying pan. Then putting the heat on and on the oven, and then it just boils on its own juice, and the result is this delicious soup-like food. It's not just soup. I'm telling you, Sangol F1 is this, without any added sugar. It is a jam. If you marry a jam to a soup, that is this food. It's so beautiful. I love it. That's the rest of the food we are eating. Susan, I see that you are cooking something. What is it?
Well, I'm making sauce.
This is the sauce that we were collecting the ingredients from the allotment.
Yeah, excuse me, and I'll just...
That is tomato.
So far I've got in here, I put tomato.
How you put the tomato? You just put the tomato like that?
No, what I did, I cut them up, and before I put them onto the ball, no water, I just pressed them down, squashed them down with the
potato masher, okay.
And then I added here is the basil, and that looked, some of it, and I grated some apple.
Oh,
and that
lovely.
acts as a buffer. That stops it from becoming...
Also it gives thickness.
So, yeah, it will thickness. It's like an added starch. Yeah.
Any garlic in it?
The garlic is in this pan.
And any peppers?
Yeah, they're all in here. Garlic.
Oh, garlic and pepper, you added there.
Yeah, because the thing that you have to do with this is you can't boil them.
Any oil in it? Oh no, just
There's
water.
a little bit of butter in here. Yeah, and a little bit of olive oil.
Any onions?
And these are onions and garlic. Yeah.
And pepper.
Onions,
These
garlic,
are those
and
green
pepper.
peppers that we have there.
Yeah, these come from this lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So what
all
I'm
from
going
our
to do
allotment.
now.
Everything from our own allotment.
So this is everything that we've grown. So what I'm going to do now is to wait until these go brown and they caramelized, and then when these are brown and caramelized, yes, that word, I will take this and I will put it in there. Then I will reduce it down. Now hopefully that may give it sweetness. If it's not very sweet with the natural sugars, then I will add a little spoonful of demerara sugar.
Or honey, you can add.
No, demerara sugar into this, not honey.
Do you have any salt in any of this?
No, I haven't put any salt, no. The garlic has that savoury. If I need a little bit of salt, I will use a little bit of salt, but I would use celery salt.
Okay. So you want to make it less watery than what it is
So
now,
yes, I'll do
by boiling it.
I will do what they do
gas
in...
number 2.
I'm going to leave this, boil over like this for maybe a couple of hours until it's reduced down.
And that was how long?
This one, well, I'm just, when it's ready, probably another 5-10 minutes.
Oh,
When it
and
all
that is
goes,
on number 2 again.
Yes. I'm doing it slowly, so I'll wait because then the
smells nice.
if you do it slowly, the flavours will fuse better.
Oh, okay.
When these go gold, I won't
You don't
keep
add any
playing
water
with
to
them.
any of
no,
these?
No added water.
Oh. So you cut the tomato in half and you just mash them
I
with the
cut
potato
the tomatoes.
masher.
I sliced the tomatoes and I just mashed them. No added water at all in it.
Oh, okay.
And if you want to make it nice, there's no need when you've got a vegetable or a fruit as tomatoes really are. You don't need to add water. They're full of water.
Oh.
So if you want taste, you never add water.
And you just bottle it later in a way that the heat, the bottle is hot, the food is of course hot. The
Well,
sauce.
no, what we will do,
Then this will make
we'll
it
sterilise the
sterilized.
jars.
Yes. I saw you were collecting
Then
jars.
we'll fill the
That's a separate video.
yeah, but that will be a separate video.
Yeah. That's very nice. Thank you,
Yeah.
Susan.
So when it's time to jar all this, as we call potting them, I don't want to turn them too much. If you keep turning them,
Yeah, they will lose heat. They will not caramelize.
they won't caramelise. They take too long to cook. You need to make sure they're brown on one side, then you turn them over.
Oh, that's
make sure
lovely.
they're brown on the other, and they're sweet. That combination will be sweet.
Thank you very much, Susan. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Oh, okay. Now we have made the sauce. A little left there. We keep it just for eating tonight. But you have bottled them already in the jar. Oh.
Little brown tigress, I love thee. Ha ha ha, hee hee hee. Little brown tigress, you and me.
Yo, that is your sauce. This song, your
no,
song
no,
is
no, no.
famous.
That's one sauce, but there's another sauce that the English call sauce, and that's a little tipple of the wine.
Oh, okay, no.